Let's have a look at the effect of oxygen. Oxygen vitalizes. Oxygen invigorates. In fact, I would even go so far as to say oxygen electrifies. And oxygen also soothes the nerves. It's a powerful thing. On the other hand, we've got a condition called hypoxia. And hypoxia literally means lack of oxygen at the cellular level. Here are some of the symptoms: fatigue, lethargy, nausea, headaches, and medicine has given that a name. It's called chronic fatigue syndrome. You've heard of it? Chronic fatigue syndrome has one cause, and that's lack of oxygen at the cellular level. Because if every single one of your 75 trillion cells has enough oxygen to get down to that 8-step pathway, how are you going to feel? You're going to be jumping out of your skin with energy. Now, there can be 100 reasons why there's lack of oxygen at the cellular level. But that is the number one cause. So let's have a look at a few. The air that we breathe. Negative ions are electrically charged oxygen molecules, and negative ions are found when the thunderstorm hits. Isn't the air beautiful with a thunderstorm? It's alive with negative ions. Also, the waterfall. I went to those amazing waterfalls near Buffalo, New York, and the air, it's amazing. Victoria Falls, I've never been there. I think Cynthia's been there. That'd be amazing too. It's because the air is alive with negative ions. Also, the ocean waves. I was always happy when my boys chose to do surfing. They have to go to bed early Saturday night to get Sunday morning waves. That's a good one. But the negative ions and the sunshine and the seawater, it's a great sport. Also, the pine forest gives off more negative ions purely because the pine needles are so numerous and have such a large surface area. On the other hand, we have positive ions. And positive ions have more carbon dioxide in their molecule than oxygen. And positive ions are seen before the thunderstorm. And I think we can all appreciate, don't we often say, I can feel a storm coming, the air is heavy. And if someone's got arthritis, they'll say, oh, the storm's coming, my arthritis is hurting. But how do they feel once the storm hits? Totally different, because now the air is alive with negative ions. Negative ions are always found where there's moisture, air and movement. That's where you'll find the negative ions. Where you have moistness and no movement, that's where mold can grow. Positive ions are also found in the city. And in the city you've got a lot of people and they're all breathing out carbon dioxide, and some of them, especially the smokers, are breathing out carbon monoxide. And carbon monoxide is a dangerous gas, and let me show you why. When oxygen is picked up by the red blood cell, it forms an unstable union. That's so it can be dropped again quickly in my toes, in my pancreas, in my heart. But when carbon monoxide is picked up, it forms a very tight union. Do you know what that means? Oxygen cannot get onto that blood cell. So where do we find carbon monoxide? Carbon monoxide is found in cigarette smoke. The smoker and the passive smoker are getting it. Cars. I always question the wisdom of the joggers on the side of the road in the traffic, breathing in the carbon monoxide. Again, carbon monoxide is a dangerous gas because it prevents the uptake of oxygen. Carbon monoxide is also given off by mold. I would say that in about 9 cases out of 10 of people that we meet with chronic fatigue syndrome, there's a mold factor. Maybe it was 10 years ago, maybe it was 5 years ago, and maybe it was at the moment. He's breathing in the mold. And where are a lot of their cells are running up here, only 2 units of energy compared to what we could be getting is 36 units of energy. I also used to do a live blood analysis at Misty Mountain, where I'd take a drop of blood and put it on the slide and look at it under the microscope, and it would come up on the screen. And usually the blood cells are jumping around, moving very fast like this. And I saw a lady's blood one day, and her cells were clumped like this. And I always presume I've spoiled the slide because it is easy to do that. But 5 blood slides later, it was still like that. And I said, "Have you had any water to drink today?" She said, "No." It was 9 o'clock in the morning. I said, "What have you had?" She said, "I've had a banana." Doesn't banana have moisture? It does. But our digestion requires water to be able to digest the banana. And she'd had a cup of tea. Tea contains dehydrating agents, tannin, caffeine, and if sugar's in there, another dehydrating agent. When we wake up in the morning, it is the most dehydrated time of the whole day. And so she woke up very dehydrated, had a cup of tea, which dehydrated her more, and a banana, which dehydrated her more. I said, "I'm sorry, I can't look at your blood. It is just so clumped." Now, by the way, these are picking up oxygen like this. How much oxygen does this clump pick up? Can you see the surface area that's been lost? So chronic fatigue can be the result of lack of water, dehydration. It can be the result of an allergy to those foods we talked about. It can be a result of the air that the people are breathing. It can be a result of mouth breathing. There's a whole lot of reasons. Another factor too, and the person that has this in their bedroom, especially in their lounge rooms, is animals in the home. I said to one lady, mind you, I looked at her blood and I saw a parasite. I said, "Do you have any animals in your home?" She said, "I sleep with 4 cats every night." I said, "Oh, look what they've given you." Ooh. So please, if you have animals in the home, have them in the tiled areas. Don't have them in the lounge areas, in the bedrooms. Have them more in an area that it can be easily cleaned.